Let me ask you something. When was the last time you used AI? And I don't mean you typed a question into ChatGPT, got an answer, said, that's cool, and then closed the tab. I mean, really used it, strategically, intentionally, like a weapon. Because here's the truth, nobody in your circle is telling you. Most people using AI right now are using a Ferrari to go to the grocery store. They've got the most powerful tool in the history of human productivity sitting in their browser, and they're using it to rewrite emails. And while they're doing that, there's a small group of people, entrepreneurs, creators, executives, students, freelancers, who figured out something different, something most people will spend the next 2 years trying to catch up to. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. If you're watching this video, you're probably not far behind. You're just one shift in thinking away, so buckle up. Because by the end of this video, you're gonna walk away with a completely different relationship with AI. Not as a novelty, not as a shortcut for lazy people, but as a force multiplier for everything you're already trying to do. Let's go. Part 2. The truth about where most people are okay. I want to paint a picture. Imagine two people, same age, same education, same starting point in their careers or businesses. Person A hears about AI, downloads ChatGPT, asks it to write a bio for LinkedIn, asks it a few random questions, gets bored, moves on, tells their friends at dinner, "Yeah, I tried that AI thing. It's all right, nothing crazy." Person B hears about AI, downloads ChatGPT, and instead of treating it like a search engine with better grammar, they start experimenting. They break their work into pieces, they learn how to give it context, they start having conversations with it. They use it to think through problems, to stress test ideas, to compress hours of research into minutes, to write first drafts they can refine in a fraction of the time. 6 months later, Person A is doing the same amount of work, working the same hours, getting the same results. Person B, they've written a book, launched a product, built a newsletter to thousands of subscribers, closed deals they would have been too overwhelmed to pursue. Same tool, radically different outcomes. The difference isn't intelligence. The difference isn't even effort. The difference is understanding. Most people treat AI like a vending machine. You punch in a request, you get something out, you evaluate it, you move on. But the people winning with AI, they treat it like a thinking partner. And that one mental shift, that's everything. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, okay, but I don't have a business. I'm a student. I work a 9 to 5. This doesn't apply to me. Stop, right there. This applies to everyone. Whether you're trying to get promoted, build a side hustle, study more effectively, write better, think clearer, communicate stronger, AI used correctly accelerates all of it, without exception. So, let's talk about the specific ways you're probably underusing it right now, and the specific ways you can flip that around, starting today. Part 3. The 5 levels of AI usage. Now, I want to introduce you to what I call the 5 levels of AI usage. Think of it as a ladder. Most people are camping out on the first 2 rungs. The top of this ladder, that's where the magic happens. Level 1, the copy-paste user. This is where everyone starts. You ask a question, you get an answer. Maybe you copy and paste it somewhere. You use it like a fancy Google, nothing wrong with it, but you're leaving about 95% of the value on the table. Level 2, the task delegator. This person has figured out that AI can do things. Write emails, summarize articles, draft documents. They delegate tasks to it. Still pretty surface level, but they're saving some time. Most people who say, "I use AI regularly," are right here. Level 2. Level 3. The strategic prompter. Now we're getting somewhere. The level 3 user understands that the quality of your output depends entirely on the quality of your input. They've learned that AI is not magic. It's a mirror. What you put in, you get back, amplified. So they get specific. Instead of saying, "Write me a marketing email," they say, "Write me a 200-word email for a cold outreach to a 35-year-old e-commerce founder who is struggling with customer retention." The tone should be conversational, but professional. The goal is to get a 15-minute call, include a specific pain point and a soft CTA. That's a different email, a completely different email. Level 3 users also use AI to build things, templates, frameworks, systems that they use over and over. They're not reinventing the wheel every time. Level 4, the systems builder. Level 4 is where productivity becomes leverage. These people don't just use AI for individual tasks. They build workflows with AI baked into every step. Let me give you a concrete example. Say you're a content creator. A level 2 user sits down every week and manually figures out what to post, writes the captions, maybe asks AI to punch them up a bit. A level 4 user, they have a system. Every week they input their core topic into a structured prompt that generates 15 content ideas. They pick 3. They use another prompt to expand each one into a full script outline. They run those through a refining prompt to sharpen the hook and call to action. The whole process that used to take 4 hours now takes 45 minutes, and the output is better. Systems, not tasks. Systems. Level 5, the AI augmented thinker. This is the top of the ladder, and honestly, very few people are here yet. Which means if you get here, the competitive advantage is extraordinary. Level 5 users have stopped thinking of AI as a tool that does things for them, and started thinking of it as a tool that thinks with them. They use it to challenge their assumptions, to argue the other side of a decision they're about to make, to simulate conversations before having them, to stress test business plans, to explore the second and third order consequences of choices. They use AI the way a CEO uses a world-class advisor, not to replace their thinking, but to make their thinking sharper, faster, and more complete. This is where AI stops being a productivity hack and becomes a genuine cognitive upgrade. And the beautiful thing, you don't need to be some tech genius to get there, you just need a different approach. Part 4, the specific techniques. All right, let's get into the actual how. I'm going to give you 7 specific techniques that will move you up that ladder, fast. Technique, Merbish 1, the context stack. The single biggest mistake people make with AI is giving it no context. They walk into the conversation like they're texting a stranger. The fix? Build a context stack at the beginning of every important conversation. Here's what that looks like. Before you ask for anything, you tell AI who you are, what you're working on, who your audience is, what your constraints are, and what success looks like. Example, I'm a freelance graphic designer with 5 years of experience. I specialize in brand identity for small businesses. I'm trying to land a new client in the wellness industry. My strength is clean, minimalist design. My budget for outreach is 0. I need help writing a cold DM that doesn't sound like every other designer's pitch. Now it has context. Now the output is actually useful to you. Technique. Number 2, the devil's advocate prompt. Most people use AI to validate their ideas. That's backwards. Use it to challenge your ideas. Try this. After explaining your plan, add, now, argue the strongest possible case against this. What are the blind spots? What could go wrong? What am I not seeing? This is one of the most powerful things you can do, because AI will surface objections you haven't thought of. It will point out assumptions you've made without realizing it. It will help you build a stronger plan by tearing apart the weak version of it. Successful people do this all the time in business. They hire someone to tell them they're wrong. You can do that for free right now with AI. Technique number 3, the persona prompt. This one sounds simple, but it changes everything. Instead of just asking AI for advice, ask it to respond as a specific type of expert. Respond as a venture capitalist who has funded 30 startups. Here is my pitch deck. What do you think? Respond as an experienced hiring manager at a Fortune 500 company. Here is my resume. What concerns would you have? Respond as a skeptical customer who has been burned by bad products before. Here is my sales page. What would make you hesitate? When you give AI a persona, you unlock a completely different quality of response. You're essentially running a simulation of a real conversation before you have the real one. Technique, Merbish 4, the iterative refinement loop. Amateurs ask once and accept the answer. Professionals iterate. Think of it like sculpting. The first prompt gives you a rough shape. Every follow-up prompt chips away at the rough edges. Make this more concise. Now make the opening line punchier. Add a sense of urgency without sounding desperate. Rewrite the conclusion to include a clear next step. You're not replacing your judgment. You're using AI as a collaborator. You have the taste. You have the vision. AI has the horsepower. Together, you produce something better than either of you would alone. Technique. Number 5, the learning accelerator. If you are not using AI to learn, you are leaving one of its most powerful use cases completely untouched. Here's how it works. Instead of Googling something and reading a 10-minute article, you go directly to AI and say, "Explain topic to me as if I'm completely new to it," using simple language and 1 or 2 real-world examples. Then, once you have the basics, you go deeper. Now, explain the part I'm most likely to get wrong or misunderstand. Then deeper. What do experts in this field argue about? What are the ongoing debates? In 30 minutes, you can go from zero knowledge to genuinely informed on almost any topic, the equivalent of what used to take days of reading and research. This is how you become the smartest person in your meeting, not by being smarter, but by learning faster. Technique. Number 6, the bottleneck breaker. Every person has tasks they hate, tasks that drain them, tasks they procrastinate on because they don't know where to start. Identify them, give them to AI, not to do the work for you, to break through the start. Because here's what kills productivity: staring at a blank page, not knowing the first word, not knowing how to frame an idea. That's where the bottleneck is, not in the execution, in the initiation. Use AI to give you a starting point, a messy first draft you can react to, a list of options you can choose from, an outline you can restructure. Once you have something, even something imperfect, momentum kicks in. And momentum is the real productivity hack. Technique number 7, the daily integration ritual. The people getting the most out of AI aren't running sprints, they're building habits. Try this. Every single morning, spend 10 minutes with AI. Use it to plan your day. Dump your biggest challenge into it and ask for 3 approaches. Use it to clear the mental fog so you walk into your day with clarity. 10 minutes. Every morning, that's it. And at the end of your work session, use it to debrief. Here's what I was trying to accomplish today. Here's what I actually did. What patterns do you see? What should I focus on tomorrow? AI has perfect memory of your conversation. You don't. Use that asymmetry to your advantage. Part 5, the mindset shift. I want to stop here for a second and talk about something that doesn't get discussed enough. The reason most people plateau with AI isn't because they lack the skills. It's because of how they think about it. There are people who look at AI and feel threatened. They feel like it's coming for their job, their identity, their sense of what they're good at. And so they keep it at arm's length. They use it just enough to say they use it, but not enough to actually change anything. And then there are people who look at the exact same technology and feel expanded. They think, if this can do the parts of my job I hate, what does that free me up to do? If this can compress hours of research, what can I do with those hours? If this can help me communicate more clearly, who can I reach that I couldn't before? Same tool, 2 completely different futures. Here's the mindset I want you to take away from this video. AI is not a replacement for you. It is an amplifier of you. If you bring it good judgment, it will help you make better decisions faster. If you bring it creativity, it will help you execute that creativity more fully. If you bring it ambition, it will help you close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. But if you bring it laziness, you'll just produce lazy work at a faster rate. The quality of your AI outputs will always be a direct reflection of the quality of your thinking, which means investing in your thinking, your ability to ask better questions, identify real problems, and make good judgments matters more now than ever. AI doesn't make human intelligence obsolete, it makes it more valuable. Part 6, the real-world results. Let me make this concrete with some real examples of what this looks like in practice. A freelancer uses the techniques I just described, context stacking, iterative refinement, persona prompts, to cut their client proposal time from 4 hours to 40 minutes. Same quality, higher volume, more revenue? A student uses the learning accelerator technique to prep for exams. Instead of rereading textbooks, they run structured Q&A sessions with AI to identify their knowledge gaps and fill them. Their grades improve, their stress decreases. A small business owner uses the systems builder approach to create a full content pipeline, blog posts, social captions, email newsletters that runs every week like clockwork. They went from posting twice a month to showing up every day. Their audience tripled in 90 days. An executive uses the devil's advocate prompt before every major decision. They catch 3 assumptions they would have missed. One of them would have cost them a major deal. These aren't extraordinary people. They're just people who decided to learn how to use the tool correctly. And now, here's the question you have to ask yourself. 6 months from now, which person do you want to be? The one who said, "Yeah, I tried that AI thing, it's all right," or the one who looked back and said, "That was the year everything changed"? Because the gap between those two people is being determined right now, in decisions being made this week, this day, this hour. Part 7. The close. Here's what I want you to do right now. Not tomorrow, not after you finish your coffee, right now. Open a new conversation with AI, whatever platform you prefer, and run this exact prompt. I want to use AI more strategically in my life and work. Here are the biggest bottlenecks or time drains I face. Based on this, give me 3 specific actionable ways I can use AI to make a meaningful difference in the next 30 days. Run that prompt, read what comes back, then actually try one of the suggestions this week. That's it. That's the assignment. Because I promise you this, the people who are pulling ahead right now are not smarter than you. They're not more tech savvy than you. They're not more talented. They just decided at some point to stop being a passive observer of this technology and start being an active participant in it. And every single day you wait is a day the gap gets a little wider. So close this video, open the tool, and start today. If this video helped you, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this content reach people who need it. Subscribe if you want more of this kind of content. And drop a comment below. What's one thing you're going to use AI for this week? I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.